Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to be tackling something, a topic that's pretty close to my heart,
Mm.
and that is ambition.
Yeah.
We hear all this stuff about ambition, 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 and hustle, and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
But is ambition always a good thing?
That's a great question. And, it's something I've thought a lot about.
Yeah.
Ambition can be a double-edged sword.
Hmm.
It can drive us to achieve incredible things,
Right.
but at the same time, it can also lead us down a path of constant striving,
Right.
never really feeling content with what we have.
Right. It's like almost like we get on this treadmill,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it's just going and going, and you
Yeah.
never really get off.
Yeah, and it's like this idea that we always have to be striving for more,
Yeah.
that we're never good enough as we are.
Right.
And that can be really damaging.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like this dream vacation I took a while back.
Okay.
Flights were paid for, hotel was amazing, all on points.
Nice.
Like it was just paradise on paper.
Right.
But I spent most of the time working.
Oh, wow.
I was on my laptop answering emails,
Okay.
planning my next move.
Yeah.
And it was like,
So you didn't even really unplug.
didn't unplug at all. I mean, that's ambition for you.
Wow. Yeah, that's a classic example of how unchecked ambition can really seep into every aspect of our lives,
Right.
even those that are meant for relaxation and rejuvenation.
Yeah.
And, it's particularly interesting how this plays out differently for different types of people.
Okay. I'm intrigued. So what different types of people are we talking about?
Well, let's start with the high achievers, right?
Okay.
The CEOs, the entrepreneurs, the ones who are always pushing for the next big win.
Those are the ones that, society kind of points to and says, hey,
Exactly.
this success.
Right.
This is what you should be.
Right. They're often held up as these examples of success.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, there's
Yeah.
often this immense pressure,
Right.
a fear of failure,
Yeah.
and a sacrifice of personal well-being.
Right. And it's like I said, it's like they're on this treadmill that they can't get off of.
Exactly. And then there's another group, the people who have achieved significant financial success.
Okay.
They've made it.
Right.
But instead of actually enjoying their wealth,
Mm-hmm.
they're consumed by this anxiety about protecting it,
Right.
growing it,
Yeah.
and the constant fear of losing it all.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because, like, you think, money would bring freedom,
You would think.
and you would think it would bring contentment,
Right.
but really what it brings is anxiety and fear.
Exactly. It can actually become a trap,
Yeah.
where the money itself becomes the driving force,
Right.
not the life that it's supposed to enable.
Yeah. And then what about those people who are just obsessed with self-improvement?
Oh, yeah, the self-improvement junkies.
Yeah.
Always striving for the best version of themselves.
Right. Always trying to optimize.
Exactly. Whether it's through, relentless workouts,
Yeah.
career advancements, or even like optimizing their personal lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's this never-ending quest for perfection,
Right.
and it often leads to burnout
Right.
and the sense of never being good enough.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I mean, I used to,
Yeah.
subscribe to that whole hustle culture mentality.
Yeah.
Waking up at the crack of dawn, hitting the gym,
I know.
working long hours,
Yeah.
and still feeling like it wasn't enough,
Yeah.
and it's exhilarating for a while,
Mm-hmm.
but eventually, takes its toll.
It's a recipe for burnout.
Yeah, it is.
And it highlights how even positive pursuits, when taken to an extreme,
Right.
can actually become detrimental to our well-being.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
So you've got all these different groups of
Yeah.
people who are driven by ambition in different forms,
Right.
but ultimately facing very similar challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the question becomes, what are the real costs here?
Yeah.
What are we sacrificing in this pursuit of more?
Well, one of the biggest costs is this constant pressure of perfectionism.
Mm-hmm.
It's this insidious byproduct of ambition
Right.
that sets up this really vicious cycle.
Yeah.
You strive for flawlessness,
Yeah.
but the goalposts keep shifting.
Right.
And you end up feeling inadequate
Mm.
no matter how much you achieve.
It's like you're chasing a mirage.
Exactly.
You think you're getting closer,
Yeah.
but it always stays just out of reach.
And then there's the inevitable burnout,
Right.
when you're constantly juggling responsibilities,
Mm.
managing wealth, or, pushing yourself to the limit.
Yeah.
It's bound to catch up with you. You end up exhausted, mentally drained,
Yeah.
feeling completely overwhelmed.
I remember a time my to-do list was like my Bible.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about maximizing productivity
Okay.
and, squeezing every last drop out of the day.
Right.
And I crashed and burned hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't pretty, but you know what I learned?
What's that?
That level of operating is not sustainable,
No, it's not.
physically or emotionally.
That's a common experience for so many people who are caught in the grip of this unchecked ambition.
Mm-hmm.
And it just emphasizes the importance of recognizing those warning signs
Yeah.
and taking steps to really prioritize our well-being.
So we've talked about perfectionism and burnout,
Right.
but there's another cost that's often overlooked,
Mm,
and that's fear.
absolutely. The fear of failure,
Yeah.
the fear of losing everything you've worked so hard for,
Mhm.
the fear of not being enough.
Yeah.
It can cast this shadow over all your accomplishments and really just steal the joy from your successes.
You're constantly looking over your shoulder,
Yeah.
worried about what you might lose
Mm.
rather than enjoying what you've gained.
And that kind of anxiety can be paralyzing.
Yeah.
It can prevent you from taking risks,
Mm-hmm.
exploring new possibilities,
Right.
or simply living in the moment.
So it seems like ambition, while often touted as this positive force,
Right.
can actually lead to some pretty negative consequences.
It can.
But is there a way to break free from this cycle?
Yeah.
Can we harness the power of ambition without falling prey to its downsides?
Absolutely. There are ways to redefine our relationship with ambition
Okay.
and create a more balanced and fulfilling life.
Okay.
It starts with recognizing the traps
Right.
and consciously choosing a different path.
Okay.
It's about understanding that ambition in its purest form should be a source of energy and inspiration, not a source of stress and anxiety.
Right. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
So how do we make that shift?
Well, one of the most powerful things you can do is set clear boundaries.
Okay.
Define what success truly means to you, not what society dictates,
Right.
and stick to it.
Yeah.
This includes, setting financial goals that align with your values
Yeah.
and resisting that temptation to constantly upgrade your lifestyle. Right.
That's because you can.
Yeah, that lifestyle creep, man.
Oh, it's so easy
It gets us every time.
to get caught up in that cycle of more, more, more.
Yeah.
But it rarely leads to genuine happiness.
Right. And it's not just about, material possessions.
Yeah.
It's about defining your values across all areas of your life.
Exactly.
Right?
Career, relationships, health, personal growth,
Yeah.
and making choices that reflect those values.
So boundaries are key.
Yeah.
What else can we do to kind of break free from this unhealthy cycle of ambition?
Focusing on the present moment is crucial.
Mm.
We often get so caught up in planning for the future
Right?
or dwelling on the past
Yeah.
that we forget to appreciate the now.
It's like we're constantly chasing something that's always just out of reach
Mm-hmm.
while overlooking
Right.
all the beauty and richness
Exactly.
that's right here in front of us.
It's like we're on this treadmill,
Mm-hmm.
always running towards something,
Yeah.
but never actually arriving. That reminds me of this quote I read recently.
Oh, yeah.
It said, worrying is like paying interest on a debt you may never owe.
Wow, that's good.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
And it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
We spend so much time
Yeah.
stressing about things that might never even happen.
Right.
And in the process, we miss out on all the good stuff that's happening right now.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And it really highlights the importance of practicing mindfulness,
Right.
bringing our attention to the present moment,
Mm-hmm.
savoring those simple joys in life,
Right.
whether it's spending quality time with loved ones,
Yeah.
enjoying a delicious meal, or simply taking a few deep breaths and appreciating the beauty of nature.
Yeah.
These are the moments that truly nourish our souls.
So setting boundaries,
Yeah.
being present,
Mm-hmm.
essential.
Yes.
What other strategies can we use
Okay.
to kind of redefine this relationship with ambition?
Simplifying your life can be incredibly liberating. Take a good look at your commitments,
Mm-hmm.
your possessions, your subscriptions.
Yeah.
What can you let go of?
Right.
What's truly adding value to your life?
Yeah.
And what's just clutter?
Oh, this one speaks to me.
Okay.
A few years ago, I was feeling totally overwhelmed
Mm-hmm.
by all the stuff in my life.
Right?
And I went on a decluttering spree.
Nice.
I canceled subscriptions I wasn't using,
Okay.
donated bags of clothes and books,
Wow.
got rid of some furniture that was just taking up space.
Good for you.
It was amazing how much lighter I felt,
Yeah.
both physically and mentally.
It's amazing how freeing it can be
Mm-hmm.
to shed those unnecessary burdens.
Right.
And it's not just about physical clutter.
Right.
It's about decluttering your mental space as well.
Okay.
Letting go of negative thoughts, limiting beliefs,
Yeah.
anything that's weighing you down.
It's like creating space for
Exactly.
new possibilities,
Yeah.
for new opportunities to emerge.
And finally, and this is perhaps the most important step,
Okay.
rebuild your relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Invest in genuine connections with people who value you for who you are,
Right.
not for your accomplishments or your material possessions.
Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up
It is.
in, the superficiality of social media,
Mm-hmm.
networking events,
Right.
But true fulfillment comes from those deep, meaningful connections
Absolutely.
with people who love and support you
Yes.
unconditionally.
It's about surrounding yourself with people who lift you up,
Mm-hmm.
who inspire you,
Yeah.
who challenge you to be your best self.
Yeah, I love that.
And it's about being that kind of person for others as well,
Right.
offering support, encouragement, a listening ear.
So we've got this roadmap
Yeah.
for reclaiming our lives from the grip of unchecked ambition,
Okay.
setting boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
focusing on the present,
Right. Yes.
simplifying our lives,
Yes.
nurturing our
A
relationship.
powerful combination.
I think it has the potential to transform not just our individual lives,
Mm-hmm.
but also the world around us.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Because when we shift our focus from external validation to
Yeah.
internal fulfillment,
Right.
when we prioritize well-being over status and material possessions,
Yeah.
we create a ripple effect
Right.
that spreads outwards,
Okay.
influencing our families, our communities, and ultimately society as a whole.
Okay, let's dive into that a bit.
Yeah.
How does this individual shift in perspective
Mm.
impact the bigger picture?
Okay.
What does a society look like
Yeah.
where well-being and connection are valued above all else?
Well, for starters, imagine a world where businesses prioritize employee well-being
Okay.
as much as they prioritize profits,
Right.
where companies offer generous parental leave policies,
Mhm.
flexible work arrangements, and mental health resources.
And where education focuses on nurturing the whole child,
Yes.
not just their academic achievement.
Exactly.
Where schools provide opportunities for creative expression, social emotional learning,
Yeah.
and character development.
And where healthcare is accessible to everyone,
Right.
regardless of their income or social status.
Yeah.
Where preventative care is emphasized
Mm-hmm.
and mental health is treated with the same importance as physical health.
And where our political leaders
Yes.
prioritize policies that promote social justice,
Mm-hmm.
environmental sustainability, and economic equality,
Right.
where collaboration and cooperation are valued
Yes.
over competition and division.
It's a world where the arts and humanities are celebrated
Mm.
alongside science and technology,
Yeah.
where creativity and innovation flourish
Right.
because people are encouraged to think outside the box
Mm.
and to embrace their unique talents and perspectives.
Where nature is revered and protected,
Yes,
not exploited for profit.
exactly.
Where people understand that we are all interconnected
Mm.
and that our well-being is inextricably linked to the health of our planet.
It's a world where diversity is celebrated
Right.
and everyone feels a sense of belonging,
Mm-hmm.
where differences are seen as strengths,
Yeah.
and where people from all backgrounds are welcomed and valued.
It's a world where kindness, compassion, and empathy
Yes.
are the guiding principles. Where people treat each other with respect,
Right.
even when they disagree,
Yeah.
and where forgiveness and understanding are the norm.
It's a beautiful vision, isn't it?
It is a beautiful vision.
Yeah.
And you know what? I believe it's possible,
I do too.
but it's going to take all of us working together.
Absolutely.
And-
The collective effort.
Yeah.
A movement toward a more just compassionate and sustainable world.
Mm-hmm.
It starts
Yep.
with each of us making conscious choices in our own lives.
Right.
And then using our voices and our actions to inspire others to do the same.
So how do we start? Where do we go from here?
It starts with a simple question.
Yeah.
What if?
Okay, I like where this is going. What if?
What if we let go of the need to constantly prove ourselves? What if we embraced our imperfections and celebrated our unique journeys?
What if instead of chasing external validation, we focused on cultivating a deep sense of self-worth?
Exactly.
What if we measured success not by the size of our bank accounts or the titles on our business cards, but by the richness of our experiences and the depth of our connections?
What if we stopped comparing ourselves to others and started appreciating our own unique strengths and talents?
Right.
What if we embraced failure as an opportunity for growth and learning?
What if we challenged those societal norms that tell us we need to be constantly striving, constantly achieving, constantly on the go? What if we gave ourselves permission to slow down, to rest, to simply be?
And what if we created a world where everyone felt valued, supported, and empowered to live their best lives?
Hmm.
A world where everyone had access to quality education, healthcare, and opportunities to thrive.
Wow, those are some powerful what ifs.
Yeah.
It feels like we're talking about a paradigm shift.
Mm.
A fundamental change in how we view success, ambition,
Yeah.
and even the purpose of life itself.
You're absolutely right. It's about moving away from that scarcity mindset where we're constantly competing for limited resources
Right.
and moving towards an abundance mindset where we believe there's enough for everyone.
Hmm.
It's about recognizing our interconnectedness
Yeah.
and understanding that our well-being is inextricably linked to the well-being of others and the planet as a whole.
It's about creating a world where collaboration and cooperation are valued
Yes.
over competition and division.
Hmm.
A world where we celebrate our differences
Right.
and work together to create a more just equitable and sustainable future for all.
Precisely. And it starts with each of us.
Right.
It starts with questioning the assumptions we've been taught about success and ambition.
Mm,
It starts with defining our own values
right.
and making choices that align with those values,
Yeah.
even when those choices go against the grain.
It's about having the courage to be ourselves, to embrace our imperfections and to follow our own paths,
Mm-hmm.
even if those paths look different from what society expects.
And it's about supporting each other along the way.
Right.
It's about celebrating each other's successes, offering comfort during challenges, and reminding each other that we're not alone in this journey.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into ambition,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with a few questions to ponder.
Okay.
What does true success mean to you?
Mm.
How can you redefine ambition in a way that aligns with your values and brings you joy?
What small steps can you take today to create a more balanced and fulfilling life for yourself and for those around you?
Hmm.
And how can you contribute to building a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive?
These are big questions,
They are.
but they're worth asking
Yeah.
because the answers have the power to transform not just our individual lives,
Right.
but the world we live in.
Remember, ambition isn't inherently bad. It's a powerful force that can drive us to achieve great things.
Right.
But it's up to us to harness that force in a way that serves us,
Right.
not the other way around.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah.
We hope it's given you some food for thought and inspired you to redefine ambition on your own terms.
Mm.
Remember, you have the power to create a life that is both successful and fulfilling. A
Absolutely.
life that is aligned with your values and brings you joy.
Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep striving for a world where we can all thrive together.